With a box office preview, it's time for the Movie Spotlight with Jim Ferguson.
And we always love it when Jim comes and visits us here. If you were a fan of the film Argo, chances are you'll really enjoy the film that we're highlighting today.
Jim Ferguson is joining us now with a preview of the Red Sea Diving Resort, which is intriguing just
a
in
long
the title alone.
but
Yes.
the film is intriguing. I'm glad you compared it to Argo because there are little similarities there. You know, surviving, helping people survive a situation that they could die in. You know, so. But this is a brilliant movie, and my hat tips to Gideon Raff, R-A-F-F, the director from Israel, two-time Emmy Award winner, who's did Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which was a good movie, Prisoners of War, Overland. He's done some really good films, and what a good man, what a nice guy too. Any questions about him?
And the premise of the story. Just this massive move of all these immigrants.
Yes.
What an undertaking to do a film like this.
From Ethiopia. They were converted to Judaism, and the Israeli government said they are in our religion, and we're going to help because they were being slaughtered.
Being persecuted there.
Being persecuted, and so they decided to have a mission to help them escape their situation.
And it grew and it grew and it grew, and I'm sure for you as a historian, I'm sure you watched this movie with awe, I'm sure, at how they illustrated
I
a lot
actually
of
watched
these
it
things.
twice.
You watched
Did
it
you?
twice.
Yeah.
Well, that says a lot, so we're going to get to hear from the director, aren't we?
Gideon Raff, yeah.
Shall we?
Let's go to him.
The mission itself was a hard sell. Would you agree to the Israeli government?
Absolutely it was. Danny Limo, the commander of the operation, the real commander of the operation, had to convince the Mossad that this is the way to go. And everybody wanted, of course, to find a way to help the Ethiopian Jewry to come to Israel. But the idea of leasing a hotel from the Sudanese government and using Sudan is just so crazy that
The plan
it had to
itself
work.
was crazy. I wanted to ask you this first, but it's totally relevant today, isn't it?
It is, and that's why I thought it was so important to make this movie, because it's not a historical film. It's a movie that can talk about what we're dealing with today, every day in the headlines.
To buy this deserted, rundown Red Sea Diving Resort hotel on the beach, which is beautiful, was just a crazy plan, but it worked.
It did. It did. It worked for a few years. It worked for 4 years. And it worked so well that they've decided to only do operations when the hotel is full, because then they have a really good excuse of what they're doing in Sudan. And sometimes when they didn't have tourists, they brought fake tourists from the Mossad, like retired Mossad agents, to sit there.
The agents were shocked themselves because they didn't expect the tourist bus pulls up with Germans.
Well, they knew that at some point tourists will arrive because they can't fix this for years. But they were,
Very, very good interview.
Thank
Seemed
you
like
very
you had a lot
much.
to say,
Thank
right?
you very much, yeah.
It's
Really riveting stuff.
nice when someone has things to say in their interview. Often you talk to these directors, they don't have a whole lot to
I know. I wish we
add.
could make more movies like this.
Right.
Because it's so relevant. And he talked about how it's relevant today, what's going on in Central America.
And I think people really crave movies like this.
Oh, I think so too.
But doing this for 4 years, not a lot of people would sign on for something like that, but we're really lucky that he did.
I know.
And we'll get your review on Friday. Of course, Chris Evans it looks like he did a pretty good job as,
He did a
as
very
the lead
good job.
character
He did a
there.
very good job,
and there's
too.
something special that K-Gun's doing tomorrow too. They're running a piece on you. What can you tell us about
Why?
They should. As they
you're
should.
special and we
That's
love
right.
you.
Well, thank you, and it was so nice. Valerie did such a great job. I haven't seen it yet, but I've been told that I'm going to be very happy about it.
Well, it's about time somebody did a nice
No,
profile
it's so
piece
true. I mean,
about
world
Jim.
traveler and expert in everything Hollywood,
Yeah.
and just giving us such great insight and awesome interviews. So thank you, Jim.
And so
Well,
that's
thank you.
tomorrow, and you'll get the review again for this movie we talked about today. Avengers, you said, passed Avatar.
Yes, it did.
In terms of box
talking about
office.
billions.
Yeah.
Billions
Yes.
of dollars.
Amazing,
Quickly,
amazing.
quickly. I'm off to New York. Oh no! Next Wednesday we have Angela Bassett and Patricia Arquette for the movie Otherhood.
Oh, you told me about this.
That's
This
next
sounds
Wednesday.
good.
That
All
should
right.
be excellent. Jim, as always, pleasure to see you. Stay cool out there. Hopefully, you don't get too wet with the monsoon.
My favorite day of the
We
week.
get 'em.
My favorite day of the week.